Hello, my name is Desiree Shaw. I am a psychotherapist and my aim is to open the awareness of mental health issues and types of therapies that can support help. I specialise in cognitive behaviour therapy. I am a counsellor as well. I am going to continue the early maladaptive schemas in this video to explore how we have developed the way we behave and our coping strategies. Please like and share this video. Thank you for watching. So here's some questions to ask yourself. If you feel that you have felt this way, if you feel that you're suffering from, or you're experiencing, I want to say suffering from emotional deprivation. So ask yourself this question: have you never really felt emotionally supported? That you do not expect your emotional needs to be met in your relationships? That you haven't had anyone to rely on for advice or guidance, that you don't really understand your emotions or your needs, that you feel like there is an emptiness, a void in your life, something missing but you're not sure what it is, that you haven't really felt special to anyone, and that you really share how you feel with other people. For most of your life, people have not been there for you emotionally, or in your childhood, feelings and emotions weren't acknowledged, or your parents were emotionally distant when growing up. So if you've answered yes to, 5 or more of these statements, then the chances are that you're experiencing the emotional deprivation maladaptive schema, which was picked up early childhood. And you would have experienced a time when you were ignored, or whenever you felt that you wanted your needs met, or you needed something from a parent or a caregiver, it wasn't given. Defectiveness and shame schema. So this schema refers to the belief that one is internally flawed. So something is wrong with me. And that if others get close, so if anybody gets close, they're going to see and they will realise, and then they'll leave you. Okay? So often people who have defectiveness and shame withdraw from relationships. This feeling of being flawed and inadequate often leads to a strong sense of shame, because you don't want anybody to find out. Shame is about something being revealed about you, or being excluded from a group, or shunned by someone, or a group of people that you hold in high esteem, or that you may belong to. And this is common amongst different cultures, peer groups, institutions, friendship circles, even on your street, living with your neighbours, things like that. It may involve hypersensitivity to criticism. So those who have this schema, criticism just is like a way of highlighting the shame and the defectiveness. So they'll be hypersensitive to this. So rejection and blame, self-consciousness, comparison and insecurity around others, or shame about one's perceived flaws. So there's some internal flaws. So people who have this maladaptive schema will believe that there's something wrong with them, and that they're going to be found out, and no one's going to love them, basically. This schema is it plays a big part in our emotions, and it is one of the drivers towards depression. Self-loathing, inner critique constantly makes you feel like crap. So this is the schema where if we don't feel that we're achieving, so you get some people who are maybe you come from a family of high achieving, and everybody is a doctor and they've all got a PhD, and you struggle with learning, you struggle with maths, you struggle with science. This is a schema, because if you come from a family, your mum and your dad and your brothers and sisters are all doctors with PhDs and so forth, and you can barely get through GCSE maths, the likelihood is you're going to feel that there's something wrong with you, because everybody else you're going to decide is better. So this can lead to depression, because you feel like you can't achieve what it is that you think you should achieve. Hypersensitivity to criticism and rejection comes from the fact that you will feel so bad about yourself and that you're not able to achieve, that you will internalize it and externalize it and internalize it and go around in circles. Therefore, depression, loss and failure dive right in there. creating havoc with your emotions and your thoughts. So, social isolation and alienation schema. This is a part of the early maladaptive schemas. So this schema refers to the belief that you're isolated from the rest of the world, okay? That you're different from others and you don't belong to any community. This is the belief that is usually provoked by experiencing in which children see that either way, they or their families are different from everyone else. Okay, very effective. It affects people from, if you live in an area where you are the minority, that can be a massive, massive issue because you just feel like you're so different to anybody else. So if you have this schema, ask yourself these questions. If you think you might have this schema, if you feel like you don't fit in, if you feel like you're always on the outside, if growing up in your family was different than other families around you, if as a child or teenager your family moved around a lot, if you feel that no one really understands you, if you feel that it's too hard or very hard to connect with other people, people think you're weird or strange, people think that you're a loner, or you think you're a loner, that you are fundamentally different than anyone else, and that you have to try really hard to be accepted, okay? Now this can really be a driver of loneliness, and loneliness can trigger you to feel depressed, because you'd be depressed about being lonely because no man is an island. We are not on our own. So if we don't connect and we don't feel connected, we feel lonely. We can feel like we've lost a friendship or love or something that we should have had and we don't have. So this is how that schema actually takes form. So if you answered 5 or more of those questions, the chances are this is a maladaptive early schema that you may have, and you may be performing and dealing with other situations in your life using this schema as a base.